We are tackling a difficult subject tonight on The Good Stuff. Difficult because suicide isn't easy to talk about. It's not usually a conversation driver. But for many of our military, it's a daily battle, long after their last battle in uniform. Tonight, a local Marine who has led thousands into war is leading one more charge to save the 22. It's 4 a.m. and Colonel Shane McGinty isn't out on some early morning PT run.
I have no problem getting up in the morning coming up here, you know.
Coming here to get some work in, hours before going into his other work with a pharmaceutical company.
You're painting one, you got one in the machine, one's being finished, so it's constant, you know.
This is his workshop in North Bossier, where he spent the last few years refining a new skill. Woodworking.
I call it sawdust therapy, you know.
He admits the early years of his work
He used to do everything with chisels.
wasn't exactly a cut above.
And that one over there was one of the first ones I did in my garage. And I always just keep that up there as a reminder, like, this is not good.
Now it's precision by computer coding, with help from his Air Force buddy and B-52 parts builder, Kelly Watkins.
We have CAD programs where we can design the part, and generate the code, and it will machine that part according to what we designed in that software.
This is all painted purple underneath.
As you would expect, this highly decorated Marine reservist of 25 years doesn't accept failure, not even good enough. There just wasn't room for anything like that when he was on the ground in Fallujah and Ramadi in the years following 9/11.
It was really kinetic there. I mean, it was constant for us. You know, we didn't spend any time on a base for us. We were always outside the wire, always on a mission. We were just sleeping where you can, eating where you can, you know. I mean, everybody's trying to shoot at you all the time. And it's just house to house, you know, street to street. It was tough fighting.
Nor even after returning to Bossier, after some of the most fierce and deadly fighting of the Iraq War.
When I was a battalion commander, you know, I had maybe around 1,000 Marines, and this was after deployment, and we're back home, right? And then one day my sergeant major comes in, and he's like, "Sir, we had another suicide." I'm like, oh gosh, you know, this is back home. I always said your mind's running 200 miles an hour, you know, while you're in combat, and then you come back home and everything's going 55 miles an hour. And I think that gap, that kind of, you know, between the two different environments, really, I think that may contribute, in my mind, to a lot of problems that people have with PTSD.
Idle time is now the enemy, but his time is filled with his sawdust therapy.
If you go on a mission and, you know, in Fallujah and you lost 22 people, you know, that would be traumatic, right? But at the same time, it's going on every day back here, you know, in the United States, every day.
Colonel McGinty cites 22 because for some time now, it's been estimated that's the number of veterans committing suicide daily. You're probably wondering, why am I telling you this standing next to this dumpster? Because for any man or woman who's ever put on the uniform, even a large, harmless container like this can serve as a trigger.
Like that dumpster a while ago, and they're emptying that dumpster, sounded like a mortar round to me.
A not so distant past that even a rough and tough colonel can admit has been managed with counseling.
I know in my head how many I've lost in combat, but then I know how many I've lost, you know, from suicide as well. And that number was almost the same.
Once you pull that film off, you see all the colors come together.
And now woodwork for local businesses, sports fanatics, and the patriotic. And this isn't just his therapy. He's donating a portion of the sales of his work to 22 Kill, based out of Dallas. It's a therapy-based nonprofit helping veterans, led by one of his own Marines he served with in Iraq, Jacob Schick.
We're not in Fallujah kicking doors down. We're just on another mission to, you know, protect the people.
And you can purchase some of Colonel McGinty's work at a couple of local places. I found what you just saw there at Heroes Restaurant and Tavern. That's on North Airline Drive in North Bossier Parish. You can also find it at Tubbs in Bossier City. All right, and also write this down, really important. This is fresh off the presses. November 7th at East Bank District, there is a special Veterans Day event scheduled, put on by the VFW, a fun run, a festival, live music, you name it, a job fair for veterans and much more, including a visit from the CEO of 22 killed. He will be a guest speaker again. That is November 7th at East Bank District in Bossier City.